The night of my wife's birthday was supposed to be perfect. I had planned it for months. Every detail, every decoration, every glass of champagne on those silver trays. The venue sparkled with golden lights. The guests laughed and toasted, and I stood in the background, smiling at the thought that I had given her a night she would never forget. But I didn't realize she would forget me. Or at least, pretend I didn't exist. I paid for everything. The hall, the catering, the music, the custom cake with her name and elegant frosting. I wanted her to feel like a queen. She deserved it, or at least I thought she did. When the time came for speeches, she stood in the center of the room, a glass of champagne in her hand, her face glowing in the soft light. My heart swelled with pride, waiting for the moment she would turn toward me, thank me for everything, and maybe, just maybe, look at me with love like she once did. Instead, her words sliced through me like ice. I just want to thank someone very special tonight. Someone who has been there for me, supporting me, making me feel alive again. Without him, I don't think I'd be standing here so happy. The crowd clapped. I froze. She smiled, and then she said his name. Not mine. All eyes turned toward a man standing in the corner, holding his drink like he owned the room. He stepped forward, grinning, and she embraced him. Not me. I felt the floor tilt beneath my feet. The whispers began almost instantly. Isn't that her coworker? Didn't they come in the same car? Where's her husband? Her husband, me, was standing right there. Invisible. I didn't confront her. Not there. Not then. Instead, I set my drink down, straightened my jacket, and walked toward the exit. Every step felt like thunder in my chest. People stared, but no one stopped me. Not even her. Outside, the night air hit me, sharp and cold. My car waited by the curb, but instead of driving home, I just sat there in the dark, staring at the wheel, my mind spiraling. Why him? Why tonight? Why after everything I did? The party went on inside, laughter spilling out through the open doors, but my world was silent. And then, something in me snapped. If she wanted to humiliate me publicly, then I would disappear just as publicly. I drove home, but I didn't go inside. I waited. Hours passed. By the time I heard her car pull up, it was past midnight. She stumbled in, tipsy, humming a tune from the party. I stayed silent in the shadows. She didn't even notice me. I watched as she tossed her shoes aside, set her phone down, and laughed at a text message that pinged seconds later. His name flashed on the screen. That was it. I walked upstairs, grabbed a bag, and started packing. Not just clothes, documents, cash I had hidden, the spare car keys. She thought she was clever, but I had been suspicious for months. Tonight only confirmed everything. But here's the thing, I didn't just pack for myself. I started collecting things I had bought for her, too. The jewelry, the designer handbags, even the laptop I surprised her with last Christmas. All of it went into the bag. If she wanted him, she could have him. But she wasn't going to keep what I gave her. I don't know if it was fate or foolishness, but as I was zipping the last bag, she came upstairs. She froze in the doorway. What are you doing? She slurred, her voice unsteady. I looked up, calm, almost too calm. Leaving. She blinked, confused. Leaving? For what? I laughed bitterly. For what? For who, you mean? Or should I thank your friend for showing up tonight and making it so clear? Her face drained of color. She opened her mouth, then closed it again. You don't understand, she whispered. Oh, I understand perfectly, I snapped. You thanked another man. At your birthday party. The one I paid for. You couldn't even pretend for one night? She stammered something about him being just a friend, but the text messages on her phone told another story. I didn't need to argue. I didn't need her excuses. I walked past her carrying the bags, but as I reached the door, she said something that made me stop cold. If you leave, you'll regret it. Her tone was different, sharper, almost threatening. I turned slowly. What's that supposed to mean? She crossed her arms, her eyes suddenly sober. You think you're the only one with secrets? The room seemed to shrink around me. What are you talking about? She smiled, a cruel, knowing smile. Leave if you want. But when you do, don't be surprised if you lose more than just me. I felt a chill crawl up my spine. She wasn't bluffing. I knew her well enough to recognize when she had something planned. For the first time that night, I wasn't sure who was actually in control. I didn't answer her. I simply walked out, loaded the car, and drove. But the entire ride, her words echoed in my head. You'll regret it. By the time I reached the motel on the edge of town, I couldn't shake the paranoia. Did she mean money, reputation, or something worse? I checked into a room, pulled the curtains shut, and sat on the bed in the dark. That's when my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. You should have stayed. Attached was a photo. My car, parked outside the motel, taken minutes ago. My blood ran cold. Someone was watching me,